unload. Close the app. All right. Everybody's like, no audio. Yeah, because the audio has never screwed up in a game of Pokemon Go. Mm-hmm. Like everybody's saying, got to restart the game. Okay, so that's what we're doing. We're restarting the game.
Oh, I'm so excited to hear him cry.
There we go.
All right. Yep. New update. Oh, there's sound.
Here we go, people.
Oh my gosh. Talk to me.
I'm kind of excited about this part now.
Talk to me.
Hey,
that is the Articuno sound.
There you go. Click it again. Aww. He sounds so
and
cute.
then I'm manipulating it.
Aww. There you guys go. What other questions? What else do you want to see?
And then we can go here.
Man, I was thinking my arm's getting tired.
Oh, all right. And then we'll go back to CP. And then we'll do it after he's been moved.
Hey, Articuno. So, I mean, I can hold this for a little while longer if you want. I don't know. It's getting kind of awkward now.
Just go back to him. Oh, sorry.
There you go. Yay! Not connected to the real server. It's okay. Everybody's gonna come up with something, you know. And can we go on mobile data?
Oh, sure.
All right. So they want us to turn off Wi-Fi and wait for the internet activity. Can you all see that? I'll tell you what, to make it legit, close out the game completely.
Oh, okay.
Here we go. Go ahead. We're going to clear it out again. We're on mobile data.
Yeah.
And let's see here. They want us to update the app to the latest version 2. So what we'll do then, we'll go to the Play Store, and we will show you that the app is completely updated.
I think it is.
I don't know.
What did Stu say? Then I will actually believe it's legit. Update the... Okay, so while I've got it on here, go to the Play Store if you could. This is fun.
Because it's easy when it's the truth.
You hit all your porn, right?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
I did do that.
All right. We got that hit, so we're good. Pokemon Go.
Look, installed the real version.
Click on it.
The real version.
So there we go. Let's see here. Scroll down to, I don't know if it shows the... Oh, no, not too far. No, go back up towards the top.
Yep.
And let's see here. Does it show like a version number or anything? There we go.
That one.
Can y'all read that? Is updated to 0.310.
Yeah.
So, there you go.
What's poppin' YouTube? It's FSUETL. Today I came at you with another Pokemon Go video because I'm literally addicted to the game, alright? I don't care if the update killed the game. I'm still loving the game, alright? It makes it more challenging, but the update was pretty bad because they took out fucking tracking. Like, how fucking dumb? Anyway, that's a whole nother video. Today we're going to be talking about the legendary Pokemon in Pokemon Go, specifically the legendary birds. We're going to be talking about Zapdos, Articuno, and Moltres, if that's how you pronounce it. I don't know. Moltres, it's literally the motherfucker from Hunger Games, right? Tell me they look different. They are literally identical. So it seems like one of the biggest questions from Pokemon Go players is how do we get these legendary Pokemon, specifically the legendary birds? And today I'm going to help you guys answer that question, and also towards the second half of the video we're going to dive into some fan theory shit. It's going to be fun because theories are always fun to talk about, even though they're most likely not going to happen. Theories are still fun to talk about, all right? It's good to wish for nice things, right? But I feel like Niantic is going to just pull a Titanic and just not even release any legendaries, and they're just going to like kill their game at the rate they're fucking releasing updates. So a ton of people have been asking me in the comments, on Twitter, even in fucking real life, FSUETO, how do I get these legendary birds? And the simple answer is you can't get them yet, but they're in the game. What I mean by that is if you dig into the Pokemon coding or just simply look at the Pokédex, you can see that these legendary birds alongside Mew in Mewtwo, which we'll get to that later on, but the legendary birds are in the game, but no one has been able to catch one of these legendary birds. And the reason why is it's actually kind of smart. Niantic and Pokemon want to save these legendary birds for a later date because they're most likely going to do some sort of special events to catch these legendary birds. But that's kind of a theory. We're going to talk about that later in the video. But the only thing else that was confirmed is at Comic-Con, it was confirmed that the only way to catch a legendary bird, it depends on what team you're on. So for example, if you're on Team Mystic, obviously the only legendary bird you'll be able to catch is Articuno, and vice versa for Team Instinct. The only legendary bird you'll be able to catch is Zapdos, which I'd probably pronounce that wrong, but me personally, I feel like that one looks the coolest. But then again, Team Instinct, they're a little off, you know what I'm saying? And Team Valor, or Valor, however you pronounce it, people pronounce it differently. The only bird you'll be able to catch is Moltres, also known as the motherfucker from the Hunger Games, right? So it depends on what team you're on. So you better like your team because you're going to have to stick with that team and get that bird because currently there's no way to switch your team. So that is the only way you can get a specific bird. So you can't really get all three birds, like technically speaking, because obviously you can't be on all three teams. So there's really no way to catch them all when you think about that. That is some false advertising. I'm suing Niantic. So to answer the legendary question, you see what I did there? Legendary bird. Okay, all right. I apologize. To answer the question, no, you can't catch any legendary birds or legendary Pokemon in general at the moment. All right, now down the road, Niantic and Pokemon are going to allow us to catch these legendary birds, but we're not sure how they're going to let us catch these legendary birds. It actually makes sense what they're doing because obviously by holding off the legendary birds, it's going to keep people playing the game for a longer amount of time. Because imagine if right off the bat when the game first came out, when the servers were complete shit, they allowed people to catch legendary Pokemon. Like by now, there would be that one person who has literally everything caught except obviously the two other birds he can't catch. And then he basically just beat the game and there'd be no point in him playing anymore. So as a business standpoint, it makes sense to hold off these legendary Pokemon until a later date when, you know, the game starts to get stale and they need an update. They can just release these legendary Pokemon as an update. So it does make sense as a business. So I'll give a round of applause to Niantic for that. They kind of know what they're doing. Somewhat. Not really. They're having trouble. Like I said, they're Titanic now. They're fucking Titanic. But we're going to turn the game around here, people, because I have some theories that are pretty cool and I want to dive into on how we might be able to get these legendary Pokemon. Now, there's been a ton of rumors around Reddit. I've really been paying attention to the Pokemon Go Reddit. It's actually pretty cool. And most of these rumors revolve around either some sort of event around these legendary Pokemon where you're going to be able to earn them in some sort of battle. And then there's also rumors that they're going to actually allow you to catch these in the wild, but obviously they're going to be extremely rare. And then there's other rumors, and these are a little bit of weird rumors, but they are pretty cool, that you're going to have to be able to take over a certain amount of gyms in order to unlock a legendary Pokemon. And I don't think that one's going to happen because obviously you can kind of rig it and like you can get you and your friend and just take the gym back and forth until you are able to unlock a legendary Pokemon. So I don't think that's going to happen. Me personally, I think the only rumor that actually holds some grounds and is believable is events. Events in major cities or just worldwide events to catch these legendary Pokemon. Maybe they'll happen once every 2 weeks or once a month. It does seem like this is a really good possibility because in the Pokemon Go trailer that came out like a year ago or even more, it shows Mewtwo basically just trying to get caught by all these people in Times Square. And it looks like some sort of event going on. Now, obviously, this commercial was made about a year ago, so you have to keep that in mind. But it looks like there's some sort of event involving this legendary Pokemon where people are trying to catch it, and it's only basically there for a certain amount of time. It seems like this is going to be the types of events that we're going to be getting with these legendary Pokemon. Now, keep in mind, that was a Mewtwo, not a legendary bird. So like I said, it might be different for the legendary birds, or it might be the same. Who knows? But me personally, I feel like like some sort of event, maybe a tournament or something, but most likely some sort of event where people can get together and catch a legendary bird for like a specific amount of time. That seems like the one that's most likely going to happen, because there actually was a rumor a few weeks ago when Comic-Con was going on that they were going to spawn a legendary Pokemon at Comic-Con at the Pokemon Go booth, and they never did, but it was a rumor, and it probably was actually going to happen, but they probably canceled it for some reason, maybe server issues, or just they felt like, you know what, fuck it, we're not going to do it. But there was a rumor that they were going to reveal a legendary Pokemon to the public at Comic-Con. So obviously that didn't happen, but if there was a rumor that was going to happen, it seems like obviously, okay, these are probably going to revolve around some sort of event in a major city or maybe even worldwide where you can catch a legendary Pokemon. Now, I hate to say it, because I'm not a fan of this either, but it's probably just going to be in major cities, because for those of us that don't live in major cities or live in like the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, we're kind of fucked because we have to travel the world to get a legendary Pokemon, just like those regional locked Pokemon as well. It's fucking dumb, dude. Like, I'm not going to cross the Atlantic Ocean to get a legendary Pokemon, you know what I mean? I'm going to stay in the middle of my ocean while I'm protected, because shit's going crazy over the world, all right? We got terrorist attacks everywhere, dude. In the Atlantic Ocean, it's safe, man. But jokes aside, it's probably going to be based in cities, because Niantic, you know, they're a little money hungry, right? They can use some money, and I would be money hungry if I was the owners of Pokemon Go too. So it makes sense from a business standpoint that they would want to do events in major cities, obviously to get people to travel to the city and pay like a fee for the event or some shit like that. Like they have kind of like at Comic-Con where they had a booth. Obviously people pay money to come in, and then they spawn a legendary Pokemon. So it's kind of like a win-win. The company gets some money, players get the legendary Pokemon, and it's all fucking, it's just fucking amazing. It's just a giant circle jerk at Comic-Con. Obviously it's not going to happen at Comic-Con because it already happened, but I'm looking forward to some sort of event taking place in maybe the next month or so. Honestly, I can see something like that happening in about a month, to be honest, because the game right now, it's getting pretty stale, and I expect in a few weeks we get an update with a lot of bug fixes, and we're going to fix the tracking, fix all the server issues, and then in roughly a month, maybe a little less than a month, we're going to get this big update, because they've been working on trading for a long time, and I feel like with trading, they're going to either unlock these legendary Pokemon or tell us how we can unlock these legendary Pokemon, and they are pretty badass, I have to admit. So if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. If you enjoyed this video, smack a like on the video, and let me know in the comment section below what your opinions are on these badass legendary Pokemon. Also, you know what, I have a little comment question of the day here. I'm just gonna ask myself this because it pertains to the video, but if you're new to the channel, at the end of all my videos, I'm starting this new thing where I'm gonna do a comment question of the day. I'm gonna answer one of your questions at the end of my video, so I don't have to do a full Q&A video, all right? It saves us time, and it's like a mini Q&A in every video, so it's pretty fucking sweet, right? I'm gonna answer this question even though no one asked it. I just think it's a cool question, right? What's your favorite legendary bird? All right, obviously the choices are Zapdos, which is the instinct bird, or I probably pronounced that really badly, I apologize. Articuno, which is Team Mystic, and then Moltres, which is the Team Valor bird, or Valor, however you say that, dude. I've heard people say it like Team Valor, and I've heard people pronounce it Team Valor, like Valor. Like, it's just, there's a ton of ways to pronounce it, dude. Obviously, there's one way to pronounce it, but I've just heard so many different people pronounce it in different ways. I'm a fucking dumbass now. But anyway, just fucking Team Red. You know what I'm talking about, all right? Don't butcher me in the comments. If you know what I'm talking about, then that's all that matters, all right? Team Red, Team Yellow, or Team Blue? What's my favorite bird? Well, considering I'm on Team Mystic, I do think Articuno is pretty damn badass, but I do want to give props to Instinct where it's due, all right? The fucking Zapdos bird, all right? That dude looks pretty badass, I'm not gonna lie. They all look badass, obviously, but I feel like in the game, like with the animation, Team Instinct has the best bird, all right? That yellow bird, he's kicking ass. But I feel like in a cartoon format, like not animated for the game, I feel like on like a card or something, I think the Team Red bird, Moltres, looks the best, to be honest. So I'm sorry, Team Mystic. You know, I gotta represent the Team Mystic, Team Blue, but, you know, the bird is cool as well. Everyone has their opinions, you know what I mean? But for me, it's gotta be Zapdos, dude. Zapdos. It's a tie between Articuno and Moltres. I have to say that. Tie for second there. First place is Zapdos. Ladies and gentlemen, it's going to wrap up this video. Let me know in the comment section below, what is your favorite?
Is using a lot of Lapras candies to make this Lapras as close to 2,000 as possible, but I think after all the ranking up, it would cost a lot of Stardust. But hey, let me know down below, would you want me to get this Lapras as close to 2,000 as possible, maybe get it as my first 2,000 CP Pokemon? If you guys want me to do it, I would give it a go. Now, we hatched a lot, it felt like a lot of eggs last episode. They all just popped off right at the beginning of the video. We've got 2 here that are stupidly close to hatching. A lot of 2, a lot of 5k eggs, and as I've mentioned, the 10k eggs just seem to be quite elusive at the moment. We just can't seem to find them, unfortunately, but hopefully today, if we restock on eggs, we'll find some 10k ones. Now, at the start of a lot of these episodes, I go through a lot of the Pokemon that are close to evolving that I need a little bit more candies to get there, and today we're going to be doing some of those big evolutions and even some normal evolutions and using this calculator that I told you guys about. So on my phone right now, I'm on a website called PokeFind. As you can see, it's currently in beta, and as soon as my Pokemon videos started blowing up, I was really interested in working on a website that all of you guys could use to not only find Pokemon, but get useful data about Pokemon Go. And one of the things developed on the PokeFind website is this calculator that we're going to be using. So just to be really clear with you guys, because there's been a lot of drama recently about YouTubers only websites, I do own a part of this website, but it is not monetized at all. There's no adverts, there's nothing at the moment. Myself and another YouTuber have literally just put money into this website to make it for you guys. We've also got an app coming along as well. So it's very exciting, but I'm going to leave this website down below in the description. Head over to it right now. Works on your phone, works on your PC, and we're going to give it a test by starting off with our first. So let me just give you an example as to how this is going to work. So we've got a Rattata here. We're going to evolve it into a Raticate. So we know the CP, we know the Pokemon. So all we're going to do is head over to the calculator. We're then going to enter the Pokemon, enter the CP level, and then if we hit that estimate button, it's going to tell us on average what the CP should come out at. So the minimums and the maximums are extreme ranges. We're to be focusing on that average CP. So as I said to you guys, each Pokemon is a different multiplier, but that multiplier isn't consistent. Sometimes it's a little bit higher, sometimes it's a little bit lower. So if I sat down with this Rattata and a friend sat down with the exact same CP Rattata, we will come out with slightly different Raticates because that multiplication could go up or down a little bit. And this is where the calculator is really going to help us out and let us know if we've got a better or worse evolution than we should have done. So the average for this evolution will be 681. So we're going to go back into the app now. We're actually going to evolve this Rattata and we're going to find out if we've got an above or below evolution for this Rattata. So guys, here's our evolved Raticate at 697, and if we go back into the app, we can see that actually we've got a slightly above average evolution there with our CP coming out a little bit higher, which is awesome. So I'm going to do this a few more times with some bigger evolutions just to show you guys if we can get lucky or unlucky. So next up, I've got a Paris. I've got over 50 candies, so we're going to evolve this into our second Parasect. It's starting at 519, so let's enter that on the website. So the average is going to be just over 1000 CP, 1007 to be exact, for this Paris evolution. So let's give it a go, and fingers crossed if we can get above that average, we'll get over 1000 Parasect. So we actually got unlucky there. This Parasect came out at 992, which means that actually statistically it's gone a little bit below what the average multiplier should be for that evolution. So without this website, we never would have known that. So I've got one more evolution for you guys. Look how many Venonat candies I've got. I can do 2.5 worth of evolution. This is a 600 CP Venonat that we caught yesterday just as we turned 23. So the calculator is telling us that with a 600 CP we should be coming out at around 1140. So it's time to evolve this bad boy, and I would suggest to you guys that before you do any evolutions, you always jump onto this calculator. It's going to give you a really good idea if you got lucky or unlucky and how that evolution has turned out. Definitely tweet me if you get one that's way above average, because you would have lucked out very, very hard and you will have gotten an awesome evolution as a result. So here we have our awesome Venomoth. Let's see, is it above or below? The average is 1140 and ours comes out at 1119, so only a little bit below the average. Still a really, really good Venomoth, but I would never have known, as I said, all of those evolutions would have been good or bad without this calculator. So check it out down below, guys. It's a great way of knowing whether or not you've got a good Pokemon that's worth evolving and how its stats are going to turn out. But I've sat in front of this PC for way too long chatting to you guys about this. What we're going to do now, we're going to head on out and find a place to evolve these two Eevees, and hopefully, fingers crossed, because they're really good Eevees, they turn into an above average evolution. So let's start today's adventure. Hopefully you guys have found that calculator really useful and you put it to good use yourself, and let's